Welcome to This Is What I Do, where we explore the work that is waiting to be done in our community. I'm your host, Kendrah Robinson. Today we are talking to Emily Morgenstern from the Muskegon Lakeshore Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Emily. We are pleased you're here. We are the Rotary Club of Muskegon, part of Rotary International, a group of more than 1.4 million individuals from around the world, whose goal is to create lasting, positive change. We've been doing that here in Muskegon since 1916. One of our goals is improving the local economy. This vocational spotlight program assists students in making rewarding career choices. We hope they can remain in our community and improve life here for all of us. That's why we're here today. Emily, please tell us what you do.
Well, thanks for having me. So I am the Director of Marketing and Advocacy at the Muskegon Lakeshore Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce is a business membership organization. So we have over 1,200 businesses and organizations that pay dues and belong to the Chamber, and we help provide business resources to them, whether that be networking. So we put on a lot of events so different business owners can meet and mingle with each other. We also provide marketing and promotion for them, which is a big part of what I do.
Yes.
But we also help with the overall community image of Muskegon, because without a strong business community, we don't have a strong community. So I do a lot of, or most of all of our external marketing. So I help with the Watch Muskegon campaign that helps with our image. I help promote our local businesses here. So large manufacturers all the way down to the small businesses, the one business person, the entrepreneurs, and everyone in between.
Wonderful. So Emily, tell us, how did you get here? Tell us about your journey. How did you get to this position?
Yeah, so I definitely, like a lot of people, it wasn't the journey that I had planned. So I was born and raised here in Muskegon, and I definitely wanted to get out of Muskegon because I didn't think that there was anything here for me.
Okay.
So I went to college at Loyola University of Chicago. I studied communication studies. And at Loyola, I got a lot of experience with journalism, both broadcast and print. And I really thought I was going to be a journalist. However, after graduation, I realized it's a very competitive field. And coming in as a transfer student, I just didn't have enough experience as my other peers that had been doing this since their freshman year of college. So I actually moved back here in 2017, and I got an internship at the Chamber. And I actually had no idea what the Chamber of Commerce was at all. So in that 6 months internship, I learned that the Chamber is such an integral part of the community. And a big part with marketing is telling the story, which is what I learned in college, which is what I love to do. So I still then wasn't convinced that I wanted to live back in Muskegon. So I actually got my first full-time job in Grand Rapids. And after living in Grand Rapids for a year, I realized that I missed the closeness, the community that Muskegon offered. So at the time, there was actually an opening at the Chamber. So I started as a communications coordinator. So just doing their social media, their newsletters and everything. And that was in 2019. And in the last, 3.5 years, I've worked my way up to the director of marketing.
That's a big deal. I mean, you talk about the experiences that you think you lacked in that broadcast field. What experiences did you have or did you gain in Grand Rapids that still brought you back to Muskegon?
Yeah, so it was great. I was working for a manufacturer in Grand Rapids, so I really got to learn the ins and outs of that type of industry, how a bigger company operates, working with a bunch of different teams, so working with engineers, supply chain, finance, HR, all of these people. Wow. So I really understood the importance of having a strong business. And so I was able to use that experience, then leverage myself to work for the Chamber to then help businesses like that.
What are some of the challenges you feel you face in your position that maybe you just didn't anticipate going into this position?
So marketing is kind of a jack of all trades. So we have a lot of events at the Chamber, so I definitely help with those as well. I'd never thought I'd be doing events and everything. Do public relations. I also do government affairs. Mm-hmm. So I'm working with our federal, state, local elected officials to help move our community forward and our businesses forward. All the work that I'm doing gets published, gets seen by thousands of people every day. So just juggling it and making sure that, we're keeping everyone in the business community happy.
But tell us how your workplace values its place in the community and what gets done to allow this to happen?
Yeah, so the Chamber, we are definitely one of Muskegon's biggest champions. We are a huge advocate for everything Muskegon County. So we understand that our businesses need to be strong, so we need to have our large employers like Trinity Health and Helmet strong, but we also need our entrepreneurs to be strong as well because they're the future of our community. And without a strong business community, we won't have strong nonprofits, we won't have strong education. So we definitely take pride in making sure that all of those sectors are healthy and working well together so that we can all move forward as a community.
Does giving back to the community, Emily, in your opinion, figure into thinking about how success works?
Absolutely. So I'm very thankful. I grew up in a family. Both my grandparents and my parents really cared about giving back to the community. So I remember learning about philanthropy in like elementary and learning that it's your time, your talent, and your treasure. And most people think that you just have to give money back to the community in order to support it. However, I found, as a 27-year-old, lending my time and my talent is super important.
One more question. What haven't we talked about you would like to share with us about you, what you do?
When I moved back to Muskegon, being from here, I stepped outside of my comfort zone to get into circles and groups that I wasn't a part of before I left. And being outside of my comfort zone, I have met so many different types of people that I never thought even existed here in Muskegon. And you'll never know those opportunities that are going to come knocking on your door just because you introduced yourself to someone at an event.
We thank Emily for sharing her story with us today. We thank you for joining us. If you think this program might help someone, please send them the link. And until next time, the Muskegon Rotary Club would like you to consider doing something good for your community.